Hello and welcome to Springfield. Now we're at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, and we're going to take a full loop and a tour around, which is known as Springfield, USA, home of the Simpsons on the map. Now there's lots of different bits and pieces to look at, but as it states on the map, number 20 and 21 are both rides. So we've got the Simpsons ride, and then we've got a Twirl and Hurl ride as well. Then O, P, Q, R, and S are all different food outlets. So we've got Moe's Tavern, we've got the Duff Brewery, we've got the burger outlet and all sorts of different bits and pieces, and we will get inside the Quickie Mart as well, and we'll have a look at all the different merchandise. So you are spoilt for choice. If you are a Simpsons fan, this is a perfect land for you. Now, if you know all the characters and everything, let me know as you go around. I know a couple of them, but I'm not a huge, in-depth, massive, detailed of knowledge with regards to all of these. But there will be a little bit of a challenge coming up when we get inside Moe's Tavern, because they have every single character ever created inside there, which is currently closed. But when I came back on a different day, it was obviously open, so I will add in that footage in a second when we get close to walking through the front door. But it is much bigger on the inside than what it actually does look like from the outside. So it's one of those places that if you can eat, get in there and do it. But obviously it says it opens up at 11 o'clock in the morning. I was there at 9 o'clock, and I came back in later on and just had a good look around. I think I actually did it on a completely different day, to be honest. But the fascias and everything look absolutely fantastic with regards to obviously what you can see with it being a Krusty Burger outlet. Now it does actually loop and horseshoe round the back, and there's more food outlets from Moe's Tavern as well. So it's a lot deeper than what it actually looks to be. So we will go and have a look in there right now, so you can see loads and loads of people in here. So we are on the Moe's Tavern side, and then we will loop round to the burger outlet. But you can see it just looks exactly like it does on the cartoon. You've got all the different stalls, you've got the bar, you've got the pool table, and then you've got loads and loads of sort of signage and artwork all around the outside linking to the cartoon. You've got an out-of-order jukebox, and then you've got some photo opportunities with some of the bigger characters from the TV show as well. If you have been here, let me know what you'll think. Let me know what your thoughts. Did you eat in this bit? Because I did not get the opportunity to do it, because I was spent more time at Islands of Adventure, which is a land which is available within this playlist, but that is in a completely different theme park. So I was on the Islands of Adventure section rather than spending a lot of time over here and within these lands. But you can see all the different food outlets all flipped around the outside. So you can see you've got the Cletus Chicken, you've got the Krusty Burger, you've got Flamin' Moe's, loads of them. I was not expecting all these different eateries within here as well. So obviously it isn't on the sign, and it's not really on the map, because I've just read to you all the different bits and pieces that are on the map. But these are all the characters. Now, did you know there are this many characters? How many of them can you name? Pause it if you need to. You're going to have to zoom in. We will have a better look at the actual characters in a second, because there is a bit of a game to be played on this. You could spend a huge amount of time with this. 457 characters, which is all of those here. So can you name all of these? And then to the right hand side, they are actually then all coloured in, so you can actually see them all, which I think is a really nice touch. So if you know them all, and if you know how many episodes they've been in, then give it a go. It'd be a good bit of fun. It'd be something that you can sit down for a huge amount of time and see. This was extremely difficult to try and get, because it is a main walkway through, and I had to try and get it before I left. But luckily, I think it came through okay. But again, as we're coming down now, each bit, obviously you can see, does kind of have its own fascia, but as you loop in and come round, you can see it goes a little bit further back. But we've gone back now to a completely different day, so that's why this looks like it's closed, because it actually is, because we've gone back to the same footage of where it says it does not open till 11 AM. But that is where we have just been in, and then we have seen a lot of the other bits and pieces on the inside of the fascias that we're about to see. And I do believe we then carry on walking down, and we go into the Quickie Mart, and we'll have a look at some of the shops and everything, and we'll have a better look at all of the sort of the statues and models and everything on the other side on the way back down. So this is a full horseshoe round of Springfield itself. So inside the Quickie Mart, there are lots and lots of options for really nice clothing. So if you're a fan of The Simpsons and you want to get yourself something from here, obviously you can see you got it from the Quickie Mart, but you've got all the Duff t-shirts, got a lot of donut hoodies and tops as well. You've got some nice shirts, and then you've got the big character faces, I do believe, on the bright yellow hoodies. So Is there anything in here that you want to get for yourself? Is there anything that you think would be nice for gifts for other people? I think it's a really nice place to pick up bits and pieces. Now, there are lots and lots of shop videos going to be available within the Universal and Disney playlist. They are all going to be uploaded at a completely different time to all of the Lego bits and pieces, at completely early hours of the UK morning now as well. Kind of change the upload schedule just so it's a little bit easier to keep track and follow, but they are being uploaded in the order I filmed them. So we're going to have a good clump of all the theme park, then there'll be a clump of videos, then it'll be a big Disney upload, then it'll be all of the Islands of Adventure, which is just how I happen to go round. And then I needed to go clothes shopping because I ruined a couple of clothing that I was wearing because I got caught in a storm. So there's all those little bits and pieces to come. But would you want anything that you're seeing? Pause it, stop, let me know. Who's your favourite character? Would you buy hoodies, t-shirts, teddies, mugs? Would you go for a Simpsons face? Do you want a Duff beer? It's all inside the Quickie Mart, so there's lots and lots to look at and see. And then as we come around and pan around, you've got all these really nice photo opportunities as well. So you can have them where you're sat on the bench. You've obviously got the phone if you wanted to. And then a little bit further around, which we will have a quick look at, is a really nice photo opportunity, which a lot of people did during when it got a little bit sunnier. Took massive opportunity of, or advantage of, shall I say, with regards to this wall just here. So there was a couple of different bits and pieces you can stand beside, and everybody was pretending that they were going to get arrested or running away. And I saw a family of maybe 5 or 6 just against that, and then people were taking photos on that white line, which is a good, nice use of space, and obviously it makes some memories for everybody as well. Now, this was a character meet and greet area, so you can see Homer just there. So that was, I'm glad I remembered that because that was actually the day he was filming. This is part of the queue line for the Simpsons ride as well. So this queue line is absolutely massive. The theming and the detail on the inside of it is very clever. They've got lots of TVs up, and they are just playing the Simpsons cartoon show on repeat, but luckily there was actually no time limit for the queue, so I just zigzag through. We get to the ride, we come back out again. But do you recognise any of the little hints? So you've got Wild Willie's there, you've got Sideshow U, so you can see you've got Santa's Little Helper ride, so there all your pay-to-plays, and also there are all the different characters, and then there's Simpsons The Ride, which is just a big motion simulator ride. It was all right. It's not something that I kind of enjoy, those sorts of things. I much prefer the big roller coasters, and just it was quite a violent throw you about. Now, we got sent down the right-hand side. There's 2 people on the left-hand side, 3 people on the left-hand side, as you can see. There was a member of staff, and they put us down the single queue ride for some reason. So I follow this lady all the way around, gets all right, brilliant. We'll have a look at the maps and everything. There is a reason why I've left this in, because we ended up getting lost, because you'll see, it's all blocked off, we can't get round. So all of these people, everybody that you're looking at now, all got sent this way, and those people that we saw to the left-hand side literally were right beside the entrance of the queue. They just got straight on. So it's more of a case of no idea where you're going, but look how big this queue is. You can see everybody getting really confused. I thought it was just quite funny, so I thought I'd just keep it in. You can't go down any of them because they zigzag back up on yourself, and eventually we went all the way down and it was still blocked off. But you will see people just walking in on the left hand side, which is not a problem, which was a side that we would have all done anyway, but they all went up, all went round. It was quite fun to watch, to be honest. But all of this is just extended queue line. But look at the TVs up at the top. Look at the theming. Look at everything. So in all fairness, it was quite good that we actually did get sent the wrong way, because you would not have seen any of this if I just got sent straight to the actual main door. But you can see they've got loads and loads of TV screens up there. I would imagine this would be a thing that you would have to queue for a huge amount of time. Now, the lady in the black has just come through the entrance there, look, on the left-hand side, and she walks straight round and ahead of us, because she can and we can't. So you can see these poor people now trying to unclip the barrier. But that was a interesting start to the first day at Universal Studios. I think one of the members of staff might have just been half asleep and not realised that they had probably blocked it off, in all fairness, for the character meet and greet at the top. And that was all it was, but it's not exactly drastic, is it? So easy enough, but you can see everybody else is actually now walking down the correct way. So maybe we were just the unlucky group and everybody else knows what they're doing. And as tourists have absolutely no idea. But we'll carry on going around a little bit more. Again, I'm not too sure what that bit was for. I'm not too sure where that bit lent you up, because that looked like that was something else that was completely different, because there was another member of staff there. So I'm not too sure if that was the fast queue. So I think because where we queue up now, you get put into different bits. and you go through at Universal Studios, they do like a fast pass where you kind of miss all the theming of the queues, but then you get added in right where basically the ride is. So that was the inside of the ride before it started. That was actually another queue that they put you in. They put you into like rows of 4, and then you get sent to your separate doors, and you get put on a big motion simulator. Now we're back outside, so those bits in the far distance, that is your Men in Black. We will be having a look at that in the next upload, I would imagine, because I think I filmed it in order. Or I might have gone to the cartoon section first, then come back up with myself, because I do now start walking away from that land. But you can see just the scale of how big that Krusty land takes up. And we've got all the nice pull downs and everything from The Simpsons. Nice hot dog place just to the right hand side there if you want to grab yourself a bite to eat. And the other ride of the park, so they're all your pay to plays. There's 4 different pay to plays. You've got a throwing one as well, and then you've got a strike. So they're obviously all from different episodes of the TV show. This is the other ride in the park. So if you know who they are, again, let us know in the comments below. And are you a Simpsons fan? Is it something that you would like to come and visit? I don't know how long the theming of the Simpsons land is going to be here, because I think Universal Studios and all this kind of theming has been here for a good while, because actually the next upload is the cartoon section, which I do believe closes in a week from me doing this voiceover. So they are going to redo all of it. Apparently they're going to add a load of Shrek stuff in there, maybe Madagascar stuff. That would be very, very interesting to see how much that changes, because they are closing a full area off soon. They're going to pancake it all down and then fully rebuild. But sticking with The Simpsons, you can see loads and loads of photo opportunities for all of the Duff characters. And again, it's just something where you can easily sit down, get your photo taken. What I do like about this land, shall we say, or this area, is there was huge amount of space to walk down the middle. So it wasn't that difficult to see the bits and pieces that you wanted to see. So if people like that were stopping and getting photos taken, you can just see how wide it is in the middle. And then you've got the main chap from Springfield himself, where again loads and loads of people were getting photos taken from that. And if you carried on going down, that then took you to the lake where the big show was. And then you have this thing. So I walked it off nicely, but as I walked past it, I think it's on a bit of a sensor, and it sprays water like that. Look, see, you saw that clearly. I did not flinch, but it did look like I just wet myself, because that hit me square in the crotch as I was facing that. So it went all down the front of my knees, and it took a little while to dry off because it wasn't the warmest. So lesson learned on that one, and hopefully you learn from my mistakes. But you can see you got the nice big donut, and those donuts were enormous. You could buy them throughout the park, and they were huge. So again, you got some tacos, and that's the bits and pieces that are on the map, but they weren't in on the inside. So all of those sort of the alphabet that I started to read out, the other bits were actually extra on the inside. Right, we've got about 2 minutes left. This is sort of an honorary mention as such, because we do have the Back to the Future vehicles from the props, and we've got the Fast and the Furious car, it's Fast and the Furious, Back to the Future car, and we've got the Back to the Future train as well. So this is the first thing you see. It's kind of in no man's land, because it's the green bit further back is something completely different, and then it loops round into a different land. And this is kind of just before The Simpsons, but I thought, well, you might be interested in having a quick look at this. But very, very easy for a photo opportunity with regards to standing in front of the car. And again, having the train, the plinth and the plaque that is on the side there. So if you need to pause it, I can't read it now, but I would imagine when it's on your phone or your TV, it does actually state that it was from the Back to the Future 3 film, I do believe. It could be the second one, but I think it's the third one. And then on the inside, you can see it's actually got the current date, the date that it went back in time, and the date it went to time. So it's changed slightly. So there is a working clock on the inside. You can see it just got a bit about the DeLorean, about the Back to the Future, and just a nice little plinth on that one. And then the plaque that's on the side, which is really difficult to see because that train is quite far back. But guys, I am starting to run out of time. So if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. You have loads and loads of videos to come through the Universal and Disney playlist, which is completely separate to the Lego Venture and trips that I've done. But hopefully looking forward to the other bits and pieces throughout this playlist. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.